I'm extremely happy, not guilty. I mean, 2.5 years and I got 12-0. You know, I said I only needed one, I got 12.
I think that other patients should argue the same points. The law is wrong. That my jury heard that. You know, my jury understood that. My jury came in with their own conscience, utilized their own conscience, and rendered a decision. You know, you have to present a huge message to the state, to Governor Christie, to the prosecutor's office here. And what I'm hoping is defendant after defendant comes in and wants to utilize the same type of defense. I hope they even call it the Weedman defense. I hope defendants are the campaigning. Remember, I'm running for Congress. So now I get the campaign. I get to pass out my flyers and hang out publicly and shake hands and do the baby kissing and all that. The most important entity in the courtroom is the jury, not the prosecutor, not the judge, not the defense attorney sitting next to you. It's the jury. And you don't need to speak legalese. All those lawyers, they need to speak legalese amongst themselves. You're trying to communicate to the jury. The jury or your peers are everyday people. You do not have to speak legalese to them. You speak everyday English to them. You plain and simply make your pitch during your opening statement and your closing statement if you want to. That, I think, is optional. Maybe you can get the lawyer who's trained to do that. Even the question and answer. In my first trial in 2000, I did question some of my witnesses. This last trial, I, as part of my tactic, allowed my public defender who was assigned to assist me to question the expert witnesses while I gave the opening statement, the closing statements, and I directed how my defense was going to be. And this is exactly what anyone who wants to bring a jury nullification defense, which I don't like calling a defense, an offense at your state, because that's what it is. It's a battle between the state and you. The jurors are supposed to be neutral arbitrators, and they're supposed to judge the law, as well as the facts. So this is what you present. You present that the law is wrong. And trust me, you're going to get 1 or 2 or 5, or in my case 12, that agreed with me.
A jury of your peers. Tell us about a jury of your peers. What does that mean?
Now, a jury of your peers. And remember, the jurors are picked basically from people who are registered to vote. All walks of life registered to vote. So now, remember, a jury's not some mystical person who gets picked because he's such a patriot. No, it's just everyday people, your mom, your sister, your cousins. You know what? Those jurors, especially if you're a marijuana smoker, you're facing a charge of violating some drug war offense, some marijuana offense. You know what it is? Those jurors have brothers, sisters, cousins, friends who do the same thing. Many of them may have smoked marijuana at some point, sometime, and you have to present to your jury of your peers, and remember, it doesn't have to be black or white or male or female. You just have to present that you are an American, you are just like them, and they are doing their patriotic duty by serving on the jury, and you're presenting them the opportunity to right an injustice, you know, that the government is perpetrating not only on you, but on the vast majority of people who feel that the law is wrong. And you have to make that jury feel that they are going to have the opportunity to do exactly what the founding fathers envisioned them to do, to put a check on tyrannical practices of a runaway government. And that's how I feel the government has run away with its authority to regulate our bodies. Like, where in the Constitution does it say that? It doesn't say nowhere in the Constitution that the government has the right to regulate our bodies. They have the right to regulate commerce, trade, the defense. There's nowhere in the Constitution that you can say that the government has some authority to tell you what you can and cannot put into your body. And that's what you're saying to your jury of your peers. The government has no more authority to put you in jail, them in jail, without the jury of your peers approving of it. And that's what you got to present to them. That they should not approve of this, and as a result, they should say not guilty no matter what the prosecution presents.
Nullify Nation.